Hi guys, happy Friday. Welcome back. I ended up having the afternoon free. My lunch plans canceled on me, so here we are. I have been sitting here for about half an hour in my shuffle type meditation where I just go through the cards, pull out what I'm feeling drawn to, and shuffle them in meditation while I'm thinking about what the reading's going to be about or what questions I have, or I'll wait for a card to fall out and then I'll meditate on that card and I'll keep shuffling. Today, the Lovers kept falling out for me and the Queen of Swords. So I don't know if this is, again, wanting to talk about Erica. I don't know. But I was seeing it in different ways. I've seen the Two of Cups, the Lovers, the Home card, the Ten of Cups, the Queen of Swords. Like in different ways, it was just confirmation after confirmation about who we should be reading on. And then these were the last cards that fell out before I was done with my meditation. And so I left these here to show you guys just more confirmation to go into a possible direction. But we have the Eye, the House, the Heart, the Candle, and the Book. And I don't know about you guys, but when I look at these cards, it feels like a couple things, actually. This could be saying to look in the house, like the heart of the house. There's something to be found, documents in the heart of the house. Looking in the heart of the house. But it's like looking in the dark. So I believe it's hidden. The darkness just means things are hidden. They're not in the light. They're not easy to see. Something that will be hidden in the heart of the house in terms of something written or documented. What is considered the heart of the house? Like the living room, the heart of the house. But then what I was also seeing is that this, I know there's some questions around why in the year leading up to Charlie's assassination was his house put up for sale. It was like a $4.5 million house was put on the market, I believe like 8 months before he passed away. I'm not entirely sure on dates, but it felt like, I don't know, it was within 6 to 12 months in that time period of before he died that they had just sold their house. There was also rumors that he wasn't really living at home full time, that he had his own condo or a studio or something outside of the house. They had sold their house. And so I don't know if this is the old house or if this is saying that possibly they sold the old house because he felt like it was being watched, or there was like, you know, going back to that things he would say in the privacy of his home were getting out, and maybe he didn't want to speculate or accuse Erica, so he just thought, okay, can't be my wife, our house must be bugged, right? So if possibly selling the house was a way to like reassure himself of who was leaking certain information, because in further readings we did get that energy of like he was starting to feel paranoid, but also like testing people around him, telling this person this thing and this person that thing to try to find out where the leak was. And I think he also included his wife in that. And something came back to where I think he had pretty solid evidence that she was giving information, and either she was the heart of the house that was the eyes, or he thought the house was bugged, or the house was bugged. But then also this idea of like looking for something in the candlelight and the book that continues to show up. In regards to that book energy, I went back for the first time ever and went back to my very first actual reading about Charlie, The Man in the Mirror. It's him. It's the picture of him in the Freedom shirt with the microphone, and it says The Mirror on it. It was uploaded on September 12th, so 2 days. And I usually record around noontime, so this was probably recorded around 11 or noon on the 12th, which is exactly 48 hours after he was killed. And it's actually mind-blowing the amount of information that we received in that very first reading that ended up coming to light that I just completely didn't see the importance of, or just like, it's actually pretty crazy. So the very first cards out in that reading were the letter and the mice. And it was talking about a letter and funds going missing. It talked about a friend betrayal, somebody he worked with. And at the very end of that reading, the very last card pulled was Beyond Words, which was the friendship card, which was talking about somebody coming in, somebody who's like really your friend, and it's not the person you immediately think of, which is crazy because I attributed that card to Erica. Just, this was 48 hours after he was killed. I'm not wanting to be that reader who just goes directly after his wife. I wasn't even really sure what I was reading. It definitely came up with looking at the books, looking at the money, not only just looking at the money and theft and things going on within Turning Point and a betrayal, but it directly mentioned the letter that he sent out just like 8 days before he was killed. It was sent out like September 2nd. So, I mean, this is 48 hours after. We as a collective had no knowledge of that email that Charlie sent out about the Doge style audit. I went back through the readings and Candace didn't even mention it until like September 20 something. I mean, crazy, right? That 48 hours after Charlie was killed, the information that Spirit gave us first was about the Doge letter, about money, about the company, about money going missing, and that letter. So if you go back, now he's been gone almost 3 months. It's crazy. If you look at all of the information we've been given, if you go back to the first reading, you have to see that as significant, right? If Spirit's using this time to shed light on something, at this point, I didn't even know how many readings I was going to do for Charlie. I honestly didn't even want to touch that energy. And here we are, so many more readings into this. But the very first one, that could have been my only one. I could have never picked up on this energy again, and it still would have been so incredibly accurate with that letter coming out, the money, and then it even talks about a distant friend. So like money that was coming in from a distance to the organization. And then a betrayal from a friend within the company. But then, okay, so then the last card with the Beyond Words, where it was highlighting friendship, I immediately attributed that to Erica because the woman in the card had like long blonde hair. And I was like, okay, initially this could be Erica, but then as time goes on, you see how significant Candace has become in the Charlie Kirk investigation and in the search for the truth. And even in that card, it says this isn't the person that you immediately think of. This was not talking about Erica. This was talking about a true friendship that he had that was going to help bring all of this to light that we read in that first reading. It's incredible to go back, and after you have information and after you have validation to kind of put the pieces together. I was reading this in a state of shock still. Me and my son were still deep in conversation about what the hell the world just witnessed. I didn't know Charlie Kirk from anybody. I had never seen Erica's face a day in my life before probably that day. So I mean, just dealing with the gravity of that situation, feeling the emotions within that situation, trying to also guide my son through his feelings of that situation, and then also learning about this person and his mission all at the same time, for all of that information to come out in the first 48 hours is wild. It proves that Spirit is actually working here. And like, there's no way that information could have been that accurate. And then it's continued since then to just be completely in line in so many different ways. It's still so crazy to me that even just 2 days before Candace mentioned anything about an Egyptian plane, we were talking about Egypt, and I'm like, I don't know who this person is from Egypt. And then I was getting, remembering talking about the mountains, and like, you can't go over the mountain or under the mountain. You have to, it's like, I think we even mentioned like flying over the mountain at one point. In Utah has mountains everywhere. Literally in the first few readings, we were also talking about flying over the mountain. Yeah, so I do plan to actually go back and rewatch a few of the earlier readings now that we have a lot more information, just to see where the energy was presenting. And like I tell you guys, I am human. I don't always interpret the energy correctly, but the energy is there where we can go back and say, oh wow, like the letter with the mice card, which was talking about theft, and then the books, the Queen of Swords, I kept showing up with the bookcases and like looking at the books. You know, when I was reading that, I wasn't reading that through a lens of looking at Erica in any sort of suspicious way. So my interpretation was that of not wanting to go to the darker aspects of the energy, but the energy still presented nonetheless. Even when I was saying I believe this is like a masculine betrayal, I was like, but I see a woman here too. As you watch these earlier readings, you can even see how Spirit was trying to show us, like how knowing what I know now, I could have went and read that energy as betrayal from inside of his house. But yeah, it takes time. Spirit has a reason for the way they show us things and when they show us things, and me not having that vision at the time was probably important to the reading itself. So yeah, I want to go back now with fresh eyes and watch older readings, at least the first few, just to see how the energy actually ended up playing out, just to see, and also just to do better. Like once you know facts about something and then you can see the energy, you can then put the pieces together, and then your brain like remembers, oh, remember this meant this, and this energy actually, you know, was talking about it in this way, and then it just helps me as a reader also having that experience. So anyways, yeah, if you guys are curious to also go back to the earlier Charlie readings to see how the energy over the last few months has played out, it's quite fascinating. Today, I didn't really actually intend to be here today. So I didn't have a plan for what we were going to read on. If book is still on the bottom, nope, it wasn't. Okay. I don't know. I feel like Charlie wants us to find something that is documented or written. Maybe we will channel Charlie and ask him why he keeps bringing up this book or this document or something that I think he wants somebody to find. It's like the golden ticket. It's important and it's being hidden on purpose, but it's findable. It's findable. I don't know. A part of me doesn't. I don't think that's my car. Interesting timing of that. I think if we're gonna take that as a sign, I don't think it could have been more clear from Charlie that he wants us to read on the book and where we can find this information or what is in the book or the document. Because talking about like finding something that's hidden, I said it's findable. The motorcycle, the alarms going off. It's like, yes. Interesting. All right, Charlie. I hear you loud and clear. You want us to find out information about something you have written, documented, filed. I don't know if I said this or not, but I also don't believe it's talking about his book. I know there's some chatter about Erica releasing a book that Charlie allegedly wrote before he passed, and that she does plan to publish that. Something about that feels muddy, like not maybe most of it. I would say good 90% maybe really was written by Charlie, but there is either things added or things removed. I wouldn't trust any of them. I don't trust Turning Point. I don't trust anybody that has spoken on behalf of them. Not Blake Neff, not Andrew Colvett, definitely not that fucking other weirdo guy. What's his name? I always draw a blank on this guy's name. Tyler Boyer. How do you forget the name Tyler? Tyler Boyer. God, that guy just gives me the ick. Yeah, don't trust any of them. None of them. So I don't trust any book that they put out alleging to be Charlie's. God, I just can't wait for all this to get exposed. I just... I don't know. I hate to see Charlie's legacy go up in flames. But I also hate to see the people that betrayed him profit off of his blood, sweat, and tears, his heart, his brain. Yeah, I don't like it one bit. I could see why people would be conflicted, though, not wanting to support what Charlie built if they really did truly care about him or care about his kids. But at the same time, like, you guys cannot accept the level of disrespect and deceit that they are so unapologetically just flaunting. It's disgraceful. And wanting to support Charlie, his kids, and his legacy is different than allowing these people to continue doing what they've done. It's so dishonorable. It's so deceitful, dishonest, just disgusting. Like, Turning Point, without Charlie, with the way that they're handling themselves, needs to be canceled. Cancel Turning Point, 100%. His legacy will live on. His kids will carry his legacy. God will amplify anything that Charlie stood for that serves the kingdom of God, with or without Turning Point. God does not need a building. He does not need donors. God doesn't need these things to support a message or to reach people. God will do that. Charlie will do that from the other side. His kids will do that in their timing, with their purpose in life. The foundation of Turning Point is rotted and corrupted, and that company needs to I don't know. I feel weird saying like demolish it, but also maybe just like renovate, start over. Maybe somebody else outside of this whole twisted organization starts something similar and carries on the mission in a different way with a different group of people. I don't feel like Turning Point at this point can be saved. I feel like if it got to the point that Charlie was assassinated, the darkness is so deeply embedded within that company that you can't purge it at this point. Charlie may have been able to back in 2019, 2020, when the infestation happened. But at this point, I think it's too far gone. All right, let's see what this book energy is about. Father God, Holy Spirit, please guide and protect me and my viewers. Please cover us in the white light of protection. I ask that you keep us safe from any low vibrational meddling energies that try to introduce themselves here. We are welcoming Charlie Kirk in this space with us. He and only he is welcome here. I ask that you open my eyes, open my heart, allow me discernment to read the energy presented correctly and appropriately and for the highest good of anybody tuning in. Thank you for allowing me this platform and these viewers and the ability to be a voice for those on the other side whose voices were cut short. Charlie, you are welcome here with us as always. We welcome your input, your energy, your presence to show us messages from beyond, to help bring any sort of justice that we're able to give you a voice, to help those wanting to bring you closer to true justice. If you have any messages, you may manipulate the energy within this space in any way you see fit to bring that message forth. Thank you for being here, Father God. Guide this reading. All right, guys. Let's see what Charlie has to say about the book. Again, I'm using book in place of literally anything: an email, a text, a document, a post-it note, something written on the back of an envelope, a text message, a contract, a picture. I mean, this could literally be anything that documents something that's hidden. That would be like a huge break. It would just open up a huge can of worms. You know what's crazy about this card coming out right now? I seen it on the bottom of the deck. And here at the bottom of the deck, we have smoke and mirrors. That's literally the reading I was just talking about. The first real reading I did on Charlie. Oh no, this is the second reading. The first one I did was the mirror. And then I believe it was the next one after that that said this is all smoke and mirrors. And I haven't watched that, but that's the next one to watch. Okay, smoke and mirrors, a burst of magic. So I seen this on the bottom of the deck before I started shuffling, and I was like, I hope that card doesn't come out. And that looks like that lotus flower. And I feel like we just got the lotus flower in the reading before the one on George Farmer, when we were talking about, wait, did we get the lotus? We got bouquet. Wait, bouquet, thistle. Where did I see the lotus card recently? Was that? I don't know. That looks like a lotus to me. I don't know. I didn't want to see this card for some reason. But there is smoke coming out of this flower, a burst of magic, and smoke and mirrors. A merry motive. Seeing beyond, exposed and revealed. The motive. Seeing beyond, something's going to be exposed, the true motive, seeing past the smoke and mirrors in literally a burst of magic. So it's like something appears, something's found. It's like that burst of magic that reveals the smoke and mirrors. Okay. All right, Charlie. Let's see what you got for us. Oh, interesting. That's the wrong book. A burst of magic, an epiphany, a sudden higher knowing, a sense that everything has a purpose. Your purpose as a gift bestowed upon you, cultivating conscious contact with a higher power, coming to know what calls to you and lights you up. Sometimes you may find that something you'd been pondering or a dilemma you let go of revisits you without warning. It may hit you while you're thinking about nothing, or the trigger may be just the right words arising in a conversation, a book, or a blog. Shut the fuck up. Do you see this? An epiphany strikes like a lightning bolt. Holy shit. The right words arising in a conversation, a book, or a blog. Just the right words. There's something to be found in a book, a blog, a conversation, a text thread. An epiphany strikes like a lightning bolt, waking you up to a truth that has previously eluded you in a book. It's as if the whole world stops in that moment as you integrate the missing pieces of the puzzle you were meant to solve all along. Like, I just have to show you guys this page. What are the odds? And why didn't I want to see that card? It is so perfectly aligning to the energy and the direction the reading is going. Like I told you guys, I didn't plan to be available this afternoon. I didn't know what we were reading on. The car alarm's going off, or Charlie highlighting he wants to talk about this book or this something that's going to be found that's really going to be like that lightning bolt, waking you up to a truth that has been eluding you. Wow. The missing puzzle piece. This is such a time for you now. Answers are coming directly from source and being downloaded into you with such force of conviction that you cannot be the same again. Be grateful for this beautiful burst of magic. It is not an everyday gift. Inherent in this is the knowledge that Spirit is always listening to you. Spirit is your loving partner, reminding you that you are not alone. Even when it appears that you are trapped, you always have a key to unlock the solution if you cultivate the willingness to be open to it and in tune with Source. The answers you seek come when you stop looking for them. Be mindful today. When information pops up out of the blue, pay attention. The action you need to take will become obvious as you integrate this magical wisdom. Regardless of the subject of your inquiry, you will be transformed. Only good will come of this. What a powerful first card. Just wow. Thank you, Charlie. Wow. So before I even knew what we were reading on, I also pulled out the enchanted map. So let's see if that gives us some information, maybe in a direction to look or just energy around a direction. I just got the chills. That's crazy. All right, Charlie. Looks like you definitely have something to say. What else do you need us to know? One ring circus. Oh, a dry desert at the bottom? Okay. Flying with dry desert. The plains? Okay, one ring circus. Independence is key now as you step into your journey today. Others may not have the vision or resources that you need. Recognize that all the wisdom you've acquired along the way makes you particularly competent, capable of moving forward with assurance. Self-reliance is important. Another aspect to consider is creating and maintaining clear boundaries between you and another. Be discerning about your partnerships at this time. When you know who you are and have a healthy sense of where you end and others begin, you're able to enter into the best kind of relationships and attract people who mirror back your wholeness. Interdependent relationships are always mutually supportive, stimulating, and transformative. You can achieve anything at this time. Going back to the energy of partnerships, boundaries, and possibly like going solo. Or putting boundaries in place, pulling back from people. Hello. I see you've been in the tree again. You guys see the... She's like flocking all over her. She doesn't get in the tree when I can see her. She is very mischievous, and I've caught her in the tree when she doesn't think I'm looking. But she still gets in there. She's doesn't knock a bunch of the ornaments off, but she does knock a couple of them off. And she's very sneaky when she gets in the tree. She's like bending the branches. I don't know how to stop her, but because she doesn't do it when we're in the living room. I mean, I guess it's her tree now, right? I put all of like, I didn't put any of like the glass bulbs on the tree this year. They're all like plastic or like big. We do peppermint tree every year. I just love the simplicity of the white and red. So I did like big red bows, and I did like some peppermint candies and like plastic red and white bulbs, some sparkly, like, I don't know, just stuff that I don't care if she knocks off. So yeah, when she comes and sees me and she's got white all over her, I'm like, I know where you been. All right, guys. One ring circus, a burst of magic. Let's get a tea leaf for the energy between the two. I mean, that could also be the energy too of like Candace. She's kind of like a one ring circus over there doing all this research. You know, she's not the FBI, she's not Turning Point, she's not Erica, she doesn't have all these people helping her. There are other content creators, yes, helping her. I'm sure she has friends in high places, but it feels like the Candace show, the One Ring Circus, I don't know, maybe finding something really important. Or Charlie in spirit literally helping guide somebody to something. In a One Ring Circus could also mean like it's a regular everyday person like myself. It doesn't have to be necessarily somebody big and powerful that finds it. I don't know. It could very much be somebody unsuspecting who doesn't have a team of people who can get classified information. Okay. That message, I wanted to see what it was because it came from somebody at work, and it was talking about a reception dinner. I don't know how that's going to be relevant, but let's get a tea leaf for the energy between the two cards. All right, Charlie, what is this burst of magic and One Ring Circus? I just took all these out and reshuffled them too. So let's see. immediately my first thoughts on the energy was Charlie, which we've gotten before, but it is showing me again the energy of like Charlie going independent. He was stepping away from Turning Point as a machine, as an organization, and wanted to go solo. It's talking about leaving partnerships, drawing up contracts, a plan to be independent, downsize. And if, like I said, if you guys go back to earlier readings, if you're pretty new here, we got that early on as well. Like he found a loophole to get out of something. He was going to move. He was moving an organization. He was walking away from a partnership. He was trying to find like a legal loophole to get out of something. There could have been something drafted, something he was in conversation about doing. And then I feel like somebody got word of it, that they were about to be cut out of something or were going to lose a bunch of money. There was something that put somebody else's money in jeopardy because of Charlie's plans to like do away with this powerhouse. The One Ring Circus, Charlie's attempt to start over, going in a different, start over, confirmation, starting over. I know this is a pin, like PIN, but this, we keep talking about book, something to be found, like a pen, a writing pen, maybe something that wasn't even typed up officially, could literally be in his handwriting. All right, Charlie, what else do you want us to know about what we could potentially be finding? Can you give us more information here? A star. We had the heart here in the center, with the eye, the house, the candle, the book. Something about the heart that's important. The heart of the house, the star, the heart. Why do I feel like we've seen 24 recently? Oh, 24 is the mirror. The mirror and the heart. Let's see. So traditionally, the kitchen is referred to as the heart of the house. Oh, and all the food references. The heart of the home is the kitchen and food. Even in the mirror reading we did, which we just saw the mirror, we seen the basket of fruit there and the mice were eating the apple. And that's also really early on when the references of food were coming in. What is this? I just got chills everywhere. Kitchen, food nourishment, a gathering place for family. The idea comes from the fact that it's where people gather to cook, eat, talk, and share their daily life, like the heart pumping energy into the rest of the home. Interesting. Part of the home is the kitchen. Boy. It's a child. Again, with the heart, the star, and the mirror. Child is right under that. You can't make this shit up. Child, the boy, the heart, the star. So it's also the reading where I was mentioning for the first time that I was getting a download about Charlie coming back. And this is that energy. The heart, the child, the star. Like the star, the heartbeat, the child, the boy. Burst of magic is like conception. But she's not pregnant. Is he talking about the current son? I'm gonna get 2 more with the full deck. Garden is here again, the heart of the garden. Didn't I say something in the last reading about something being like buried in the garden? Garden. Rising from the ashes, from a heart to a child to a boy to a man. What the hell? Charlie, what are you talking about here? Or his childhood home. Is there something buried in the garden of his childhood home? Whoa. Let's get one more. Charlie, give us one more. Candace needs to go talk to his parents at their dinner table. The bee in the garden is pollination, which is like conception. What the fuck? The bee in the garden. Four-leaf clover. There's something to find in a garden, maybe. A rose garden. Clover garden. Pin could also be like a pin drop, like on a map to a childhood home in a garden, and there's like coordinates dropped somewhere, or there's something you can find in a book about coordinates to something important. It's like a treasure map, like the star, like an asterisk, like next to something that leads you to something, to like coordinates, to a map, to a garden, to something that would be like significant. Like if Charlie, he was not a dumb kid, he was not a dumb boy. Maybe that's why we kept getting fairies early on, because I just seen the fairy again. Oh, the target and the fairy. Like the fairy garden. outside of the house holds the tower. Like the fairies kept coming up and I was thinking, what the hell is this? Ooh, oh, this is yucky energy. Look at this. The whip with the cross in the middle and the demon. Yucky. I was like, why do we keep seeing fairy? Maybe he was trying to bring up like fairy gardens, garden magic, clovers, a garden, something being significant in terms of a garden. I'll have to go back, like I said, and rewatch those earlier readings because the energy of fairy kept getting brought up and I couldn't understand it. I'm like, this is the weirdest thing. Why are we talking about fairies? But now with the garden and the heart and the boy and... Okay. Let's keep going. I have quite a few decks out here. Let's just keep pulling messages and try to make sense of this. Charlie, thank you for the messages so far. What else do you want us to know about something you want found? Can I get 2 cards, please, from this deck? 2 cards. One for Burst of Magic, one for One Ring Circus. Show me Burst of Magic. This is one person. Stepping stones. Stepping stones like in the garden. Stepping stones in the garden. Can I get one for One Ring Circus? I knew a bird was going to come back. Birds and the bees, the garden. We've had birds out the window. We had bees coming in through my window. Is he just signifying, pointing us outside? Do you see the meat in that frying pan? Is that a steak? Is it supposed to be a steak? Something in the frying pan. Fire, trouble, accusations. The heart of the home is the kitchen. Trouble. Frying pan. New job, career, frying pan. Let's get some tarot out here. All right, Charlie. Where are we going with this message? What is it you want us to see or know about a book or information you have hidden somewhere? What do you want us to know about this? The heart of the garden. Putting something in the water. Putting something in the water. Mixing something in the water. They're looking. They're looking for something. Somebody's looking for something. Charlie wants the right people to find it first. There's something hidden. And whoever they is looking for it. He hid something and they're looking for it. They're either looking in his home, around his work. They're looking for it. They know it exists. They know Charlie has it. They're trying to see what he did with this document, this book, these pictures, this contract. But he hid it. outside of his home. If this were the case, I would feel weird putting this out there. Unless I'm supposed to, because the wrong people are looking for it and he wants the right person to stumble across this reading. Somebody in his organization, somebody like Candace, somebody who can get to it before they do because they're actively looking for it. Where should they look, Charlie? Where do you want to, what direction are we pointing them? Whoever's meant to see this to help find something. Death. In a cemetery? Is it buried? They bury people. The stepping stones, headstones, the garden. Either someplace like that. Either buried with him, buried in a cemetery, or buried in a memorial garden, or turning graves into gardens comes to mind, that song. Nine of Cups is back out here. Yeah, exactly. Holy shit. Okay, let me get one more. Oh, fuck. Wow. Wow. Okay, so what I gather from this energy on the table is that Erica did not honor his dying wishes. He wanted something to happen if he were to ever pass. He had dying wishes. The Empress, not honoring. This is a battle. This is conflict around somebody's dying wish. And then Judgment. This person is like coming out of their grave, like giving me that energy again and like being so mad. It's like you could come out of your grave. It's like even your dying wishes from your wife weren't honored. Judgment. Again with the graves, coming out of the grave. There's something buried. Dying wish. Buried in a garden, buried in a grave. Like your dying wishes is also like a last will and testament. Not honoring his will, changing his will. Changing his will. What else can you tell us about the information you want us to find? below their feet. It's below their feet. Alice just came and walked across the cards. And then my eyes shot directly over here to this guy walking on the stones. It's under their feet. What is the significance of this information? Messages and the home. The home. There's something significant about the house. Underneath the feet. Underneath the kitchen. Underneath the baseboards in the kitchen. Underneath the garden. Travel. Like traveling to the childhood home. Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles. But the Ten of Pentacles also shows me like where he's buried. Like his resting place. Like a family plot, a family home, somewhere you have to travel to get to. And look at, even this sword is underneath the person who's potentially dead, sleeping, resting, his resting place. There's information underneath. The legacy, the plot, the family plot. I'm going to get 4 more cards and then we're going to clarify a few of these and then wrap it up for today. Dying wishes. Or they're fighting over something in his will. The Empress is fighting for something because this is like a battle or a conflict over something that maybe been written in the will and needing like a mediator or somebody to help settle an argument about a will. Disagreements in something. All right, Charlie, can I get 4 cards here? Even here, I'm seeing the cat's paws and they're standing on like stepping stones in a garden near water. And then this King of Wands is inside the house, like on the baseboards, and I keep being drawn to the feet. Feet. This Nine of Pentacles looks even like a greenhouse because this is now a cat inside. The paw is sticking out to me with the floors, but then you see all the greenery around it. So it's giving me both like home, indoor, outdoor, emphasis on the feet, the paws, the flooring, the stones, a greenhouse. Queen of Pentacles. Ooh. So I think this definitely could be Erica. Nine of Pentacles is that single successful female. The new business owner, the mother card, all of those things. These two together show me Erica. I don't really know what this guilt is because I don't feel guilt from her. So I keep getting stuck on this guilt card, which I plan to clarify. But then with this Queen of Pentacles coming out, we see the Nightmares card, the Defeat card, and the Sun. It's like sensing the truth coming out and fearing this defeat. It's like not so much guilt, but fucking with your mind, giving you nightmares. You can't sleep because you know you're about to be found out. Things are about to come to light about the business, or you're fearing losing this organization you just took over. It's like fearing what's about to come to light. Yeah, about turning point. Here's the Eight of Pentacles with Queen of Cups, with the World, an ending. Also your connections in the world. Here you see letters and maps, things coming to light. Queen of Cups, something about the organization, and then feeling tormented here. Yeah, right on top of the Empress with that guilt card. So she's feeling the fire. She's feeling the pressure around her new position. She's feeling like feet to the fire. She's gonna be feet to the fire. There's gonna be a judgment call on her, the company. Something's gonna be found or found out. All right, Charlie, let's clarify a few of these before we wrap it up. Can I get one card for a burst of magic? Boot, yeah, under your feet. The burst of magic, the follow the spark, the information you're gonna find. I can't explain it, something with the feet. Wow. In his shoe that he was buried in? I don't know. The red door with scarab. Oh my gosh, look at. So you guys seen me just shuffle these. We still have under here the key, the heart, the eye, looking in the book, in the house, volcano, scarab, and door. Can I get a card for One Ring Circus? We're not taking it, but the spider. Can I get one for One Ring Circus? B. Spider and the bee give me like Charlotte's Web. Why, I don't know. Charlotte's Web. It's a children's book about a pig, right? Charlotte's Web. Just got chills. Charlotte's Web. Let's try this again. One Ring Circus. The tree. Can I get one for frying pan? Troubles or accusations with the career card? Can I get one for pin and frying pan? The wall. Not taking this either. I kind of want it to flip out of the deck. Getting the boot. Somebody was booted from their job because of accusations. Charlotte's Web. We got one for pin and frying pan. We have Ankh, which is new life, new career. Yeah, the boot and the whip. Scourge. Feet to the fire. Frying pan, trouble. The boot. New job, getting whipped. Feet to the fire. Can I get a card for Empress with Queen of Pentacles down here? The Sun. Again with card 15. Candle under that. Oh, shit. A lot of those just hit the floor, but B. This feels important. The sun was trying to come out. It's also card 15. We have the tree, the garden, the bee again with the sun, the garden, things growing, pollinating, trees under the feet. The bees navigate by light. Navigating through light. Finding your way. We also have the heart with the child card here with the bee. And then Empress and Queen of Pentacles with the sun and the bee. Like the child sun and the bee again. Can I get one card over here for garden? ear. Can I get one more for garden with the ear? What are we listening for? I just heard trumpet. You're listening for the trumpet. Wow. You're listening for the devil in the garden. Somebody listened to the devil in the garden and ate from the tree. Like massive chills. Somebody listened to the devil, the Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden. Whoa. The trumpet talks about, because that was what I was hearing, the trumpet. The trumpet talks about, right, when Jesus comes back for the final time. Is that what the trumpet is? When Jesus comes back for the final time. It's like it started with the devil in the garden and listening to the devil, and it ends with the final trumpet. So listen for the trumpet. When the trumpet blows, we're all going to face God for listening to the devil. The things you did in the garden with the devil come to light. When that trumpet blows, feet to the fire. Like, I would not want to be these people getting whipped by Daddy God with their feet to the fire when that trumpet blows for all the darkness that's associated with what happened here. That's heavy. Again, with this inverted energy, 6 and 9, flipping up and down. Flipping up and down. It's inverted, it's flipped. That's a message from Charlie also. Volcano with 8-7 is at the bottom with the scarab again. Volcano and scarab. 8-7, 8-8. Could be cards of timing, could be talking about a location, could be talking about an event. I don't know why this frying pan, I've never pulled that before. That feels so important. Charlie. Before we wrap this up, can I get 4 cards just for that frying pan energy? 5 of Cups, regret. Ooh, somebody being scolded for making a mistake. There's 3 cups spilled, and look at this person behind, like scolding this person with their hand up. It's that boot, the whip, the job, the frying pan. Either this is going to be the energy of somebody who gets scolded, fired, punished, Or this is what happened. Guilt. Okay, did this happen already or is this going to happen? Chariot. Looks like that could have been the Three of Pentacles. Yikes. Guilt and regret. But then look at this. We have the Ten of Cups here. The Family card. Finding something out. Looking closer at the family. Ten of Swords. Betrayal. Finding the truth about betrayal from his own family. Or finding the truth. This person's in a wooden box. Finding the truth. In a box, a casket. Betrayal from family, finding the truth about betrayal from somebody in the family, in a box, where a dead body is, on a family something. You can see a ship down here. A house, a stick. 2 kids. If this, it's kind of giving me this energy. See how this person here is being scolded, but they have like their hands up on their head like this person. Is this Erica being scolded by somebody? The devil? She's getting an earful from the devil. Or the devil's in her ear. Can I get 2 more for frying pans? The Emperor? The Emperor with the Chariot is, somebody important from far away. That gives me Egypt energy. The Chariot came from the Egyptians. Like being scolded by somebody important from far away. See the checkered floors here, but look at the feet. Look what's under this Emperor's feet. It's like a pig. We're getting Charlotte's wet. Look at the feet. Is that a pig, a bull? What is that? It's definitely an animal. Frying pan, feet to the fire. Oh my god, the feet to the fire. This has like pork in it or something, steak. I keep saying feet to the fire. The feet are important. This emperor's feet are on an animal. What the fuck? Can I get one more for frying pan? Yep. Queen of Cups. Again, with all the women on this side, the Queen of Pentacles, the Empress, the Guilt card. We have the Queen of Cups here. You can again see the ship off in the distance at the bottom. Again with the feet. I don't know what this is. Look at the Emperor looking back at her, scolding her. She's in deep shit. She's in hot water. Look at him looking back at her with his foot on here like, the fuck did you do? I think Erica's gonna be in trouble. She's starting to feel guilty and leaked something to somebody. Did God call judgment on Erica? That's a lot. Nine 6 could also be the date that the devil came to talk to Erica. Where was she at on the 6th of September? Maybe she got scolded or whipped or something. Did she have a meeting with someone on the 6th? I have card 4, 5, and 7 here. The 6th isn't here. The 6th is missing. She's missing on the 6th because she's meeting with the devil. She's in trouble. All right, let's get a final card for today. Charlie, what's the final message you have for us today? That's interesting. Wow. Okay. So the two cards that I can see on the two different piles. Okay, well this one fell out by itself. A wish upon a star. And look at where the star is placed over this child's heart. The hands are over the heart, and you can see the star. Here, guys, we have star, heart, and child. We have star, heart, and child all right here. What are the odds? Like something important about this right here with the star and the heart. But then over here, with the bullseye, it's the power of purpose. Like your purpose. Then a target as well with like this child resting. Star of Purpose. The Star of the Heart, the Child. I'm feeling like so emotional right now, like almost shaky. Again with another heart. Look at, because at the bottom of the deck when I was looking at the star and the heart, and I was like, holy shit, look at the bottom. Whoa. The heart. The key. The key opens the heart where you find the star in the child. And then under that is opening to discovery. Look at the big, huge lock key right here. It's saying there's something that needs to be open to be found, which you would need a key for. The key is right here in the earth. The key that opens something is buried in the earth. And it leads to the star of the heart and the child. The star is the heart, the key. The star is the heart, the child. This makes me feel so emotional for some reason, like I'm trying to keep it together, but I don't know what about this is making me really emotional. Did Charlie's mom lose a child? Is there a child buried somewhere in like a family plot that would be related to his mom? The son? Like an actual child. Or his dying wish about his children. Something about this too. The dying wish that the mother ignored. About the children. Or there's something buried about children. Something that you find in the earth unlocks something that has to do with the devil and children. Wow. So I picked up the wrong book again. I picked up the map, and we're reading from the Oracle of the Seven Energies. The Oracle of the Seven Energies. I did not notice that when I picked it up. There's that 7 again. But I picked up the wrong book. Card 39 in the enchanted map is protecting treasure. Protecting treasure. The heart, the child. Buried treasure. Protecting buried treasure. Star of the heart, the child. Protecting buried treasure. Ooh, I'm going to read this also. Although this is a time of great risk, know that at a fundamental level you are able to move forward. Know that at a fundamental level you are able to move forward safely and securely. The proverbial nest egg is safe and sound. Holy shit. The nest egg is safe and sound no matter the fluctuations in the world. Guardian angels and other guides are whispering to you, making you aware of their protective presence. Your loyalty is an important theme now. Nurture that which you hold dear. This is a good time to strengthen bonds of friendship and ensure their integrity. If you feel tested right now, know that a true and loyal heart always achieves its aim. This is a different book, guys. This is not the enchanted map. But do you see how this card, where I picked up the wrong book, I picked up the wrong book. Finding something in the wrong book. What the fuck? Okay, excuse my French. If you feel tested right now, know that a true and loyal heart always achieves its aim. True and loyal heart. Take refuge under an angel's wing. Candace came out yesterday with the angel. A loyal heart, a friend, friendship. Strengthen the bonds of friendship. A true and loyal heart, taking refuge under an angel's wing. You are not alone and have no need to fear. Embrace your courage. Unless this is a message to Candace about being under his wing and feeling safe, that you can move forward safely and securely. The proverbial nest egg is safe and sound. That's incredible for that to come out of the wrong book. Now let's read the right book and see how wishing upon a star ties into what we just read. Wow. Sacrificing something of value. Gambling on yourself. The importance of daydreams. Do you believe your dreams can come real? Or do you shrug them off and chide yourself for being unrealistic? What if you could trust that the world around you holds promise that you have not yet realized? Perhaps the point all along is not how something can happen, but the power of wishing and intending. We humans have multiple ways to ritualize owning a dream we want to see manifest in physical form. Think of a wishing well. You infuse a coin with your intention, tuning into the feeling of having a particular experience. Tossing the coin into the well symbolizes the act of letting the how go and walking away and allowing the universe to do its part in the co-creative partnership. Another method is to wish upon a star. In doing so, you also look back to our origins, for we are made of stardust. Today, allow yourself to dream and play with different realities. Even if it seems impossible, if it calls you and feels good, why not choose it? Wish upon a star, then live as if your wish were already true. Know that those beautiful dreams you have been nurturing are in the process of becoming real. Don't forget that the act of wishing, dreaming, and intending is more important than figuring out the how. It shows the universe you're serious about playing the game of life and that you trust the essence of this partnership. Remember, every dream you believe in and hope for is a call to a twinkling star. The answer will come, sometimes swiftly, sometimes slowly. No wish is ever wasted. The answer will come, sometimes swiftly, sometimes slowly. It's like that burst of magic. It's like trusting the universe for what you're looking for, what you're praying for, what you're hoping to find that's going to put all the pieces together. It's like going to come from a burst of magic to trust the universe to provide it to you in the right time. The nest egg is safe. The wrong people aren't going to find it first. It is divinely protected. It's fascinating. I could probably sit here all day with you guys. I am sad I have to wrap this up, but Charlie, again, thank you for joining us and giving us these messages. Thank you to all of you who tuned in today. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, drop a comment, all those things. Hopefully I'll be back Monday with another video if I'm not able to jump on this weekend. If I don't hear from you guys, I might see you over on Solar Flow. If she goes live tonight, I should have a couple hours to join you guys over there. Yeah, if not, have a great weekend. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.